All right, welcome back. We are currently back with our we are currently back. Welcome back to our stream. Right now, we're just kind of currently checking on a couple of different items here. Had somebody ask me about a Lexus NX just to kind of compare the certified pricing with the new pricing. Also, want to check in and see kind of what a vehicle for them looks like. Kind of wanted to see what that would entail as far as their current vehicle, what it would be worth, and just see kind of what they'd be looking at on a newer one or a certified one. So let's start here and get in with our setup. All right, so we're going to look at the NX, and we're looking at hybrids, hybrid and certified and new. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so we have the NX right here. Let's take a look at the new ones here. Let's get an idea. All right, so there's 3,000 of these nationwide right now in 2026. Different price ranges depending on packages and so forth. So most of these new are going to be right around $50,000. Here's the NX 350H right here. Let's see if we can find them. You're going to find a lot of these in California. Obviously, gas is a lot more expensive on the West Coast than it is here. But let's see if we can just kind of narrow it down to a couple here. Let's just narrow it down to our state. Kind of break this down. So there's enough of these nationwide. This isn't particularly rare. So this one would be an easy one to negotiate a really low price on. Right now, there are currently 99 of these in North Carolina. So we've got 100 to choose from. Let's see here. Let's just click on one of these here. And these 50,000 range. Here's one in Raleigh, North Carolina. This one's listed yesterday, and nice thing about it is that this visor system, we can actually look at the MSRP on the car, the window sticker and everything. So that's the cool thing about this is that we are able to see those items. Now this one here has a current price of 52,378, an MSRP, which may not be the full price on this one here. We'd have to double check the window sticker on that. But based on this particular vehicle here, which they just have the stock photos of, this would be the 2026 Lexus NX 350H hybrid right here. Okay. So this is going to get you a 14-inch display, get the big screen on it and everything. Everything's going to be really nice on this one as far as the options. Now, as far as pricing goes, I can get about 10% off this price. It's about 5,000 bucks off. So we're about $47,000 roughly, maybe a little bit less, maybe just under 47,000 on one like this. So for a more basic version of it, which is still going to be fully loaded, brand new one, we're looking at about 47,000, 46,000 and up. That's with me negotiating the price down and making it. And the nice part about buying a new one like this, I'd easily be able to get the dealership to bring the car to anybody's house, right? So if you wanted One of these, I could just get it to your house. Here's one that actually has some pictures. Here's one in here we go. This one here, $53,000 for this one. It's at Johnson Lexus in Raleigh. There's a white one right here, nice looking with wheels on it. They've had this one for 34 days. Nice interior on this one, peanut butter interior. But yeah, this one here, yeah, we're looking at probably high 40s on one of these after it's all said and done before we pay all of our taxes. MSRP on this one's 53,000, looking about 5,300 off, about $48,000 and some change for this one. So here's another one right here, 52,000. Here's another one from the Raleigh Lexus dealership. But you can see here, 34 days they've had this one, 47,000 bucks. But that's going to give you a brand new one right here, and we're looking at 47,000 for that. It comes with a brand new warranty on this one, brand new car warranty. So that's the advantage. So 48,000 bucks plus taxes and fees. Now we're going to go ahead and pull in here and take a look at our certified options here. Okay, so on the I'm going to just get rid of these new ones and go all certified. And I'm going to pull out a little bit on this one here and see. Okay, so currently you can see that there are about 200 of certified ones like this nationwide. Wouldn't be hard to bring one of these in. We brought a Toyota Tacoma 2024 for somebody with 4,000 miles on it. We ended up saving about 14 grand on that one. And we could potentially do that on this one. Let's just kind of get a look at the market. So if we're looking at ones with not many miles on them, so here's all the ones with less than 10K on them. You can see that if they have under 10,000 miles, you're not saving a whole lot of money by buying a used or a certified one, right? Compared to a used one. So you're not saving a bundle, right? Here's a certified one right here. This one here has 10,000 miles on it. Sells for about $46,000. Remember, a new one we can get for about $47,000. See, this one here has an MSRP of 49 too. So here's one that's a year old. Basically price of 4 or 5 grand under. Nice part about certified is you get little bit longer warranty on it, but the battery and everything still has a significant warranty. Reliability on these is second to none. Lexus is the most reliable vehicle on the market. So that's one thing I would say. You can see that if you want a low mileage one, it's just better to buy a new one. But if you don't mind taking one with a few miles on it, let's see how cheap we can get one. $35,000. So we can go low. Now if we take one with over 10,000 miles, now we can start finding these on the cheap right here. We got one here in New York with 16,000 miles on it. So that's a substantial savings. If we take one with a few miles on it, we can get one. Here's a 2021. This is a little bit older one. Now, how that works is that the certified warranty on these, it gives you an extra 2 years on top of the manufacturer warranty. So this one would have a warranty up until about 2028. So it's a 2021, 33,000 miles on it. That's why it's a little bit older. It's 5 years old, but you can see that's how these hold their value so well. Let's see, 2019. Here's 1921, and let's see if we go up a little bit here. Here we could get into a couple of 22s for right around 40 with 20,000 miles on it. So let's save you 4 or 5 grand. To go with one. It's a few years old. It'll save you 4 or 5 grand. There's a red one, but I mean, just give you a 20,000 miles on it, $40,000. So that kind of gives you an idea of kind of how well these hold their value. There's enough new models on the market to where we can negotiate about 10% off MSRP on one of these with a little bit of haggle and hustle. On these used ones, typically pre-owned vehicles do have room to negotiate, but there's really not as much room on these. That being said, it is not impossible to negotiate, but typically where there's $4 or $5,000 to negotiate on a new one, there might be $1 or $2,000 to negotiate on these. So I wouldn't hold my breath on that. Let's take a closer look here. Okay, so now you see, watch what happens when we start creeping up into the newer ones here. So here we have them with 20,000 miles on it in 2023. It's 2023 for $43,000 right here. Okay, so that would be a certified unit. So that'd give you an extra 2 years on top of the manufacturer warranty. So in this case, it'd be up, 5 years after. Let me see if we can pull the Carfax on this. No Carfax, but you can get an idea here. This one here, $43,000. Not a big significant savings compared to one that you're buying brand new that we can get for a little bit less. Still 4 or 5 grand, but you're taking one with 20,000 miles on it, and it's already 3 years old. So there's a 2024 for 44,000 with 13,000 miles on it. So if you want to save money and you want to go certified, here's your answer right here. We can get one with low miles on it for a really good price. We can get it right around the mid 30s for one, and we're just looking at one that's probably 5 to 7 years old. Still a great vehicle, still going to do everything you want it to. It's going to have all the latest and greatest, most of their latest and greatest, I would say, equipment on it. So this 2021, for example, would be excellent. It's in Nevada, but you know, it could be a little trickier. There's only 200 of these certified, so they don't really. That's another thing. It's a little bit harder to negotiate when there's less competition on these, right? There's less of these to negotiate against. I can't just call and say, "Well, I'm looking at this other certified one." A little bit harder to do. Whereas, like when there's 100 new ones in the state, very easy for me just to call and get the price down. But this is a way to get a little cheaper one if you want to go that route. You wouldn't mind taking one with a few more miles on it. Here's one with 30,000 miles on it for right around $36,000. It is a 2021, and it is an F Sport, so this is going to be the nice one. This one has a little bit nicer, cooler looking seats on it and so forth. There's a little bit different look to it. This one is going to be a $50,000 sticker price right now. It's about $15,000 less than sticker price is what they're asking. Let's take a look at the warranty on this. Okay, let me pull that up. Okay, so here's the Carfax report on this. It's giving us a lot of great information here. Just got to find our warranty information here. All right, here we go. Warranty info. All right, so original warranties have expired. Okay, so the warranty start date was the 23rd of February of 2021, and that would mean that the full warranty, the powertrain warranty, has been up since February of this year, and the uh, basic bumper to bumper warranty has been up since 2024. This one would have an additional 10,000 miles of bumper to bumper warranty and should have another 40,000 miles, in this case, another 67,000 miles or 2 years left under the certified warranty. So, not too bad here. Not too bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to our report here. Everything checks out on this one here. Good looking car. It is in Nevada, but that just gives you an idea kind of what you're getting. Now, when you buy the new one, you get a 5 year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, 3 year, 36,000 mile basic bumper to bumper warranty. The hybrid battery comes with a 10 year, 100,000 mile warranty on it. So, Lexus is easily the best for building hybrids, Toyota, Lexus, but this is going to give you a good idea of kind of where the market is on the Lexus NX 300H. This is an F Sport, so this is a little different one, but you can see where the market is. You want to buy one a few years old, you can save yourself, 10 G's or so if you don't mind taking one with between 20 and 40,000 miles on it. If you add $10,000, $12,000 to this, now we're talking about one that would give you a brand new one. Remember, I can get roughly 10% off MSRP on a new one. So that's where the market is currently on the NXs here. So here's another example. Here you can see that how these things hold their value. Here's one, a 2021 certified right here. $34,000 is the asking price on this one here. Um, Originally a $44,000 vehicle. Now they're selling well. So in some cases, it makes sense to buy pre-owned. You want certified, it's a great way to buy a car because the certified inspection is a much more stringent inspection than the other ones that they do. So I would definitely recommend going with a certified vehicle. All right. Or I recommend going new or certified in this case. Remember, Lexus and Toyota are ones where you don't really save. Um, you don't really save on you don't really save on used cars compared to other vehicles because they don't depreciate like other cars. So let's take a look here. The other question we had that was an important question was the um, whether or not what the CT 200 would be here. So we're going to go ahead and pull out here and just get the rest of our Lexuses up here. We're going to look at used Lexuses, and it's going to be the CT 200. Now, the one that I saw was a nice white one with peanut butter interior on it. Excellent A1 condition. Absolutely certain that the person that has this one takes excellent care of this vehicle. So this one should be one that I should be able to get maximum dollar for, or that the person could too by when the time came. So let's pull this up. Now there are currently 39 for sale in the nation on this particular 2014 CT200H. Nice little hybrid. The one that they're looking at had the one that they have has about 120,000 miles on it. So let's go ahead and narrow that down and just see where we are. Okay, so I'm seeing them priced out between 10,500 retail. Here's one for 11,000 retail. Here's a couple more for 12,000, 11,500 retail. Here's another one with 105 of it for 13,000. And here's one for 13,200. Okay. So this is kind of going to be the max dollar, but you can see, if they're in good condition, they'll bring some money. So it's not a bad, I'm thinking that for the one that the trade-in value on, and what I mean by trade-in value is real trade-in value. Not what NADA says, not what JD Power, NADA, or Kelly Blue Book says, or even the bank. Because remember that these cars are difficult to shop. There's only so many of these to go around. People are buying hybrids again because of the crisis with fuel costs. In North Carolina, gas prices are right around $4 for 87, which is the lowest octane available, and the prices go up from there. Now, we're one of the lower states for those prices, so you can see that's why these prices are going to remain up and high. So, we could probably, on a new one especially, we can get maximum dollar for the trade. And I would say it's about the one that they have, barring any kind of look that we would have as far as a negative Carfax, say an accident or something like that on the Carfax report, we're looking at something that would be like probably like a 9 or 10 grand trade-in value on one like that. Again, these cars, you can't go to the used car factory and find Lexuses that are in excellent condition, that are great gas mileage for under $15,000 retail. So just remember that this is going to be a good option for selling, and there's some good options for buying. So I'd say somewhere between 9 and 10 grand for the vehicle they have trade value. And I would say that the um, value on the vehicle that would be sold, we can get one in probably the high 40s, like probably 47, 48,000 before tax, title, and license on a new NX hybrid. If we bought a certified one that was 5 years old, we could save about $10,000 on that. $12,000 we would save on one. So you want one that's 5 years old, minus 10, 12,000. If you want one that's 2 years old, it's the same price as buying a new one. So that being said, that kind of wraps up this little summary on this one. Just depending on how old you want to go, you can save $10,000, $12,000 if you don't mind taking one that's a 21. If you were thinking you only wanted to get one that was 2 or 3 years old, it would be my recommendation just to get a new one, because it's going to be about the same price. So that being said, that's a wrap on this particular stream. And this is just an informational stream. Any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.